I joined a gym, which was great, because now I can't afford to eat. So, went well. Yeah, I'm not really, I'm not a sporty sort of person, I'm not active. But somebody asked me, how do you stay, thin? I'm not doing too bad, how do you stay thin? And basically, I watch the news. But paying attention to what's going on in the world, excellent for keeping you thin, very stressful. So, it keeps the heart rate up. Every time you turn on the news, like, oh, fuck! And that'll totally just kilos just fall off. That's great. So I'm not into sport or anything. I'm not really like. I live in Belrive, right near the cricket ground, and I don't go to the cricket. Did you ever go to the cricket yesterday? Yeah. No. Yeah. You would have. Yeah. It's. I'm not into anything. I don't like cricket. I don't like. People go, oh, you must like football. I said, no, I don't like football. Oh, you must be into soccer, because if you're not into AFL, you've got to be into soccer. It's like, no, I'm not interested in soccer. Why would I be interested in soccer? Yeah. Well, if I want to see a lack of goals and people making injuries, I did do this though, being the AGM, obviously, me and three of my mates went out and we bought racing bicycles. I think 47 had to do that. We all went out and bought our road racing bike. I don't know what they're called. Very expensive, like $6,000 or something. It's all graphite and it's got everything that, all the bells and whistles, and surely bells, not so many whistles. It's got all the things. Very expensive. So the three of us bought those. Not because we like riding bikes. We sure as hell don't like racing. But what we really like doing is wearing brightly coloured lycra and eating in cafes. So we love that. We love doing that, just sort of click-clacking into the cafe there, sitting down and ruining everybody's breakfast. It's good. But as we discovered, you can't get away with doing that without the bikes. Four guys in lycra getting out of a burrito. $6,000 later. There we go. Fancy bike. Hey, because Ben, being the legend that he is, has been called away to battle fires in an emergency
I'm waiting at the back. There's an act going on just
and
now.
we're very excited about it because our emergency fill-in is also one of our wonderful JOKERS crew. Part of the thrill of tonight, because Kev was part of our Hobart scene back in the day, the Hobart Comedy Festival. Do you remember the Hobart Comedy Festival? Yes! Excellent.
Yes!
So, we kind of thought it'd be a bit of a reunion. That's why Ben was here, Tori on later as well, so it's going to be a bit of a gang. So Ben's away, what are we going to do? But of course, one of the staples and pivotal parts of the Hobart Comedy Festival was our very own Daryl Peebles. Daryl. And you should be very excited because so Daryl said, you know what, I'm going to step up as well, so he's going to jump up on stage for us. It's such a rare treat for him to get up here. So ladies and gentlemen, I need you to give the hugest, fuck the bushfires welcome and welcome to the stage, Daryl Peebles!
Yeah!
Wow. How this goes, shall we? This is multi-skilling. I mean, Ben is a superb comedian, off-fighting finance, multi-skilling, does a good job. I think big hand and applause for Ben and all the volunteer players. And of course, I'm a doorman. Suitably qualified to be a doorman. I did 7 years of psych at uni. So if that door ever becomes unhinged, I'm there with the counsellor. Not a problem. The problem is, I think, is age. I know you're not going to perhaps believe me, but when I was 47, just before Christmas, I entered my 70th year. And the big disappointment was all my adult life, I look forward to this magical, mystical 69. Nothing. Woke up, 69, nothing. Same old boring life. I don't know what I've missed out on, but there you go. But the other thing I am eminently, that's a good word on a Wednesday night, eminently qualified to do at this age and with this sort of hair is Santa. And you've hit the pinnacle of performing anywhere in the world when you spend a month in a very big, hot red suit seeing about 40 kids an hour Greedy little bastards telling you everything. Anyway, that's another story. Some of them are really sweet. Some of them come and they say things like, all I want's world peace, not a problem, son. Wake up Christmas morning, you'll have that, no worries. But the story I'd love to share with you, this is a true story from a couple of years ago. A little chap, little tired, and he looked wistfully in Santa's eyes. He said, I would like a rocket ship. And I said, certainly, son, what sort of rocket ship would you like? He said, well, my mummy's got a rocket in her top drawer and she won't let me play with it. So Mum goes as red as a traffic light. Santa loses it. Ho, 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 I bet she does. Name and address. Not really. Not really. The thing, though, about getting this old, I think, is the fact that you realise you are getting on a bit when you get invited to more funerals than weddings. That's about right, isn't it? Gav's still into wedding stuff. I'm definitely in the funeral stuff. In fact, I went to a funeral the other day and I was the stupid bastard who caught the wreath. And in the 70s, Skyhawks had a terrific song. Oh, my friends are getting married. I've just rewritten it. All my friends are getting buried. It seems to be that way. Oh, I know. It's a put a down on it, hasn't it? But what I do get to do is entertain a lot at nursing homes. And that's great. They wheel in the oldies, 90, 100 years, 80 years old. They wheel them into the dining room and we've got this funny fellow to come and entertain you. And they come out and do my thing. And I don't think they get any of the jokes, but you can guarantee they all piss themselves. Dear. So I'm going to finish on a story, just a quick one that did happen. I was doing a nursing home one day and I told my first joke and they laughed and clapped and I thought, gee, they obviously enjoyed that. And I started a second joke and realised I was retelling the same joke. I thought, shit, I can't not finish it. So I finished that joke and they all laughed, or clapped and cheered again. I thought, oh, this is fantastic. I'll do a psychological experiment here. I'll do the same joke again. And for the third time I told that joke and they all laughed and clapped and cheered and I went, ape shit. So I did the whole 20-minute set with the same joke told 20 times. I thought, how easy was that? And I'm walking off the stage, very smug, and I see the manager coming towards me. And I thought, oh, bugger, I'm not going to get paid for this one, am I? And he come up and he slapped his arm around me and said, mate, that was fantastic. How the bloody hell do you remember all those jokes? I'm not sure how I remember all these jokes, but thanks for having me. Filling in for the last one from Carol. Have a good night.
I'm up next. Yeah.
So good. I don't know if you noticed too during the week we had with the bushfires things, because a lot of people have raised the issue. It's like, oh, this is unusual weather. We're having no rain. Somebody said, this is climate change. Red rag to a bull, isn't it? Everybody's like, no, there's no climate change. It doesn't matter how many graphs, doesn't matter how many, all the facts and figures. You can give them everything. You can show them the photos, you can do the whole thing. They're like, no, I don't believe it. But one Facebook post that says, turmeric can cause cancer, and people are like, oh, fuck yes, let's buy all the turmeric. Nobody cares. Is it turmeric or turmeric? Does anybody actually know? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. But that's what does my head. Like, people just they'll just believe any bullshit on the internet. But you give them something real and they're like, oh, no, don't believe it. It's bizarre. I think that's where they went wrong with the climate change. Have we got any scientists in? Yes, excellent, but for road. So this is where you went wrong. They came out with the climate change things and they presented it with facts and figures. That's not what they should have done. This is how you should have sold it. There's a thing called climate change, and it's been caused because all of our karma is out of our chakras are out of alignment. That's what they should have said. Your chakras are out of alignment. Climate change is caused because Jupiter is in Aquarius. That's what's causing it. Or if they had said, all climate change is caused by vaccines, right? People would have gone nuts. Or better, if you said climate change is caused by Muslims, they would, oh, fucking that's because we're insane, is what's happening. I don't know, because science used to be a thing. That we used to believe scientists and stuff. Okay, we don't trust doctors. Fair enough. I don't trust doctors. I worked out that GP stands for guess and prescribe. But I I'm pretty sure the scientists know what they're doing. And the best bit is, of course, everybody that's like, oh, we don't believe the scientists. It's like the first time when it all turns to shit, I'll be like, oh, help the scientists. Fix it. So, fix it for us, Jeff. Well, yeah, let's sort this shit out, all right? Get out there, put out these fucking fires, can't be that hard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next thing, very excited about this. So again, as part of our old school retro countdown, I don't know what it's called. That's what it feels like. It's like we're going back to the old days. But very excited to have another stalwart of the Hobart comedy scene. You all know her. I don't even know why I need to give her any introduction. If you don't know her, fucking where have you been for the last 20 years? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage one and only Tori Hodgman.
Thanks, Gav. Everyone give Gavin a round of applause. He's doing a great job. Now, before I start, I do have a little technical assistance required. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing with this, you're all currently live on YouTube. So on the count of 3, could you all say, hi, YouTube? Oh. Forgot about the counting bit. Does anyone else feel they've got like a smoky brain after this week of smoke? I just can't think straight at all. Is anyone else in the same boat? No? All right. Well, that's all right. It kind of suits my style. So on the count of 3, I want everyone to say, hello, YouTube world. 1, 2, 3. Hello, YouTube world. They don't. 1, 2, 3.
No, that was you said to do that. Oh no, you said to count to 2. Shit, sorry.
I'm being heckled by someone about maths. This is the first. I'm doing a bit about hecklers later. I was going to say I've only been heckled 3 times. I'm going to have to rewrite it. I've only been heckled 4 fucking times. No, that's all right. But I do actually need someone's assistance. I'm not going to stand here with this on you. I know that my sister is in the crowd and my friend Andrew. I'm just wondering if they're close up the front somewhere, they can help me out. Can you just yell out where you guys are? We're here. Fucking hell, they're in Belrive. I asked them to sit up close. All right, so they don't want to help out. So what I need is someone in the audience. There's a few requirements. If you're one of those people who claps after every joke, not great, because they're going to be doing this a lot. Preferably someone who knows how Androids work, because if I give this to an iPhone user, it's fucking game over. And someone preferably with a really still head, because this little tripod has bendy legs, and I worked out in the green room, you can fashion it into a hat and just sit in the audience and wear it on your head, like so. Well, I didn't get a laugh. Gavin thought it was funny. fuck is all. No, I really just need someone who can hold this. If your arm gets tired, and it will, you can pass it on to the next person. I'm looking at the front row. Are you guys up for the challenge? You look like you're up for the challenge. That's all you need to do.
There we go. Do it's pointed at you?
Just so hold there, pointed at me. I mean, you know that, right? If you want to get a little bit scenic and pointed at other people for a while. I've never done this before. Thought the setting up it was going to be fucking gold, and it wasn't. So anyway, YouTube's just going, she can't do comedy. They've all gotten home. So let's get on with it. Well, I wasn't going to start with the YouTubey thing. I was actually going to start by doing a little striptease for everyone. But I realised I put my G-string on back to front. How's that for a visual? What a nice note to start on. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of other bad visuals throughout this routine. But it is a retro night, so as a result, I'm going to do some of my oldest material and some new stuff as well. I've just got back from a surfing safari. I shot 6 of the bastards. Good thing you're not holding the phone. But just a little observation I made. Bondi Beach lifesavers, they are the thickest men in Australia. I could hardly walk home. They used to be like shock and then ooh, and a bit of talking, and then it would end up being laughter. But you all bailed before the laughter. I'm only joking. Of course I didn't fucking walk home, I flew. It's a long walk from Bondi. But I haven't actually been on stage at Jokers for nearly a year. I couldn't believe it. I was trying to work out when I last performed here. And it is great to be here for the vintage show. Ben is fighting fires and good on him, but I met Ben a long time ago during the old Hobart Comedy Festival days. Does anyone remember them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are really old ones back at the venue. And Ben and I share probably the worst gig of our lives. Ironically, it also happened in Bothwell, like Gavin's worst gig ever, but a different gig. I got heckled by a woman with an applique koala wind cheater. She was nice. And then Daryl, I also met during the old, like very early Hobart Comedy Festival days, and the first time I saw him perform, he did a song about wanting to shag Kylie Minogue. I thought, you dirty old pervert. And I still do. And then Kevin and I met even earlier than I met Daryl and Ben and Gavin. We met in Adelaide in the late 90s. And Kevin lives in Adelaide now, and I lived in Adelaide for a long time. And the one thing we've got in common is both of us didn't get murdered. But there's still time for you, Kev. Sorry to break it to you. And Gavin, we were trying to work out when we first met, and we reckon it was probably the early comedy festival days too. So very vintage. It's very nice, and it's lovely to be here at Jokers too. This has become my favourite comedy room. But like I said, the last time I performed here was March last year. It was the week of our last state election. Remember that one? The one about all the pokies? Yeah, well, it was a massive week for the Hodgman family. Lots of celebrating going on, shitloads of celebrating because my brother Will ran and he won. He won Federal Hotel's Employee of the Year. It was a big day for us. I mean, look, we're siblings, we've got the same surname, obviously. We're both left-handed, we both go for Geelong, but, you know, we've got a few differences as well. Like, for example, our jobs. You know, Will gets paid to make cunty decisions, and I get paid to say cunt on stage. Who's got the better job? Yes. He's definitely making more money than you do as a comedian though, but I wouldn't trade this for quids. But if you haven't worked that out yet, I am the feral Hodgman. I think my sister would vouch for that, out of the three of us. For example, I'm not from around these parts. I live in Dodgers Ferry. Jesus. Have you guys all seen all of these jokes before? Don't worry, the new stuff right at the end, so you've got to sit through another 6 minutes of this crap. But yeah, Dodgers, when I bought my house down at Dodgers, my friends were all like, why are you buying a house down there? Isn't there where all the houses are burning down? And I was like, no, that's Primrose. Dodgers is where the person who's burning all the houses down comes from. I probably should have thought that through actually with all the fires. That's probably not a really good joke to do right now. Didn't think that one through. Well, actually, no, let's you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. Let's find the good in that little fuck up of mine. In February, in Jokers, there's always little charity boxes at the front, and for February, if you come and see shows, you can donate to the Lenna Valley Fire Station, which is really cool. So give Jokers a round of applause for that and for all our firings. But the thing I love about it is they're like, just donate money and we're donating it to the fire station and they can do whatever the hell they want with it. And I'm really hoping that they all spend it on cocaine and sex workers. Like seriously, they deserve it, don't they? Yes. Yeah. So make it happen, people. Be generous in February. I did actually think about becoming a sex worker once, but I have trouble getting a free route, so... kind of decided that wasn't going to be a great career move for me, at least not financially. I'm still doing, like, let's look at what's happened this year so far. I'm still doing the job I was doing last year. I'm going into my 5th year with them. I honestly have no idea what the fuck I do every day, and who I'm working for still. I googled them, they look legitimate, but every day I just work and then money's in my account every fortnight, but I seriously still have no fucking idea what I do, so don't ask. I'm kind of like a spy, I think, but I don't know. It's probably one of the best jobs I've had because I get to travel a lot, but it's a long way away from the worst job I ever had, and I still don't know why I even did this job. Well, I kind of do. I was sitting in my house going, I'm left-handed, I'm from a family of Liberal politicians, I go for Geelong, I'm a lawyer. At that point I was living in Sandy Bay. I figured everybody already hated me, so I became a real estate agent. 18 long months, and that's the only joke I got out of it, but it's one of the best. How cool was that? How seamless was that bottle undoing? How are you going down there, production dude?
Yeah, all right.
What's your name?
David.
David? Great job, David.
Thanks.
Actually, I shouldn't have said that. I'll watch it on playback and see how good it was.
Stop moving.
Stop moving? Oh. What do you mean? I never move. It's my style. It's just really funny. I did get reviewed once and it said, she's the first comedian who's stood in exactly the same spot for 25 minutes.
Well done.
Yes. Well done. Fuck exercise. I just have to walk all the way over here. What else has happened since I was last up here? I've still got the same lover in Adelaide. Adelaide's as far away I had to go to find a guy that none of my friends in Hobart had slept with. But I'm actually getting a bit bored with him, and I think this is the year for a new relationship because I'm really good at them. I've had fucking shitloads of them. And I feel the time is ready. I've had a birthday too, like Gav. Gav and I have so many things in common, you know, comedy anniversaries and birthdays in January and stuff. So I turned 52 a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh.
Thanks.
What?
Yeah, I do. I don't feel a day over 74 though. Like seriously, what the fuck? Why doesn't anyone warn you when you turn 50 it all turns to shit? And I'm 2 years into it and I'm like, this is going to be interesting. But every year for my birthday I look back on the year and reflect and think about what I've learned in that year. And I shit you not, I have looked back on last year and worked out the only thing I learned last year, and I can't believe I didn't learn this sooner. The tune for the alphabet song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know that one? Is the same tune for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. How many people in the round of applause didn't know that? Yeah. Oh, good.
What?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. What the fuck? How ripped off are we? We're as kids, they were recycling me. That's really the only thing I learned last year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did put on Facebook for my friends that I was doing a bit of a retro old material thing, and I asked people to tell me some jokes that they'd like to hear, and one person responded. So thank you, Alana. This is for you. We've just had Australia Day, and I've got to say, Gold Star to Dodgers Ferry, I didn't see one car with an Australian flag fucking waving on the top of it or out the back. And trust me, if you want to live somewhere where people adorn their cars, down at Dodgers, we're all really good at it. But I didn't see one. Blew me away. Did anyone see any Aussie flag cars driving around? Yeah, they were out there. Okay, I knew they'd be out there. What is it about putting shit on our cars that we're all so into? Like, we've got Easter coming up. There's going to be the little bunny ears happening. Christmas. Back comes the little reindeer nose and the little antlers. I think it's humiliating for cars. Seriously. I've got a Suzuki Swift. There's like a little beach jalopy kind of thing. I've got a little camper van. They would both be ashamed to be seen in public with that shit on there. On February, we've got the eyelashes. The eyelashes. The first time I saw a car with eyelashes, I was like, is there some international sex worker day of the year I don't know about? Apparently eyelashes represent Valentine's Day.
What?
But yeah, people keep putting shit on their cars, and I've always had an issue with them. Baby on board signs, they shit me to tears. And down Dodge's Way, it's not uncommon to see a car with about 30 of them on it. Top of the range Merc too. Don't know how that works. I think if people are going to hang that plastic shit in their cars, they should put signs up that we're all interested in. Things that are a little bit more interesting, like fighting couple on board. Please watch. There is a market out there for a car with a big wall running right down the middle of it, I reckon. Sucks when you get into a fight in the car, there is nowhere to go. What about, we could go out through the sunroof, I guess, but what about this one? Nose picker on board.
Oh.
Pass it on.
Oh.
No, not the snot. Why did you go there? Someone in the audience always thinks that's what it means. I mean, let the other drivers know. Why do people pick their noses in cars? Like, you're surrounded by glass. We can see you. Or, okay, what about this one? Stoned driver on board. Will not exceed 22 kilometres an hour. Please pass the pipe. And bumper stickers are the same too, like cars that have "Every day with Jesus is nice." Let's amp it up a bit, guys. I want to see stickers like, "If at first you don't succeed, your skydiving days are over."
Oh.
I wrote that joke in '97, and I think it earned a little bit more respect for that response. Woo! Thank you very much. But my family stickers are the worst, and they used to shit me so much that they actually cost me a friggin' fortune. Not because I've got a big family, because if I had my family sticker, it would have been just me. Just one little decal. Or then I started seeing the dude in Adelaide, it could have been me, him, and 16 bottles of red wine, because that seems to be his contribution to our relationship. That's our fucking family. But I got in the habit of removing stickers off other people's cars and putting new people on there. Yeah. How pissed off was the woman with her, I don't know, shopping, the husband cycling, and their 6 perfect children and the chickens, turtles, whatever, when I stuck a decal that looked like a sex worker in her family. Yep. Or removing the man, just not putting anything. It was heaps of fun, and this is a true story. I've got a sticker on the back of my car with a little stick figure giving the finger that says, "Honestly, I don't give a flying fuck about your family." And I was driving along one day right outside 7HO where I used to work. A cop pulled me over, and I was like, "Fuck, what have I done?" And this cop came up to me and she said, and she put the lights on and everything, the whoop whoop thing. And I pulled over and she said, "I'm really sorry, but can I get a photo of the sticker on the back?" How fucking Tasmanian is that sort of shit when it happens? It's like the guy at K&D when I bought the surface spray to get rid of my spiders, and it wasn't 14, it didn't have the little picture with all the bugs and things that it kills. It was just this really sleek, eco-friendly silver can. And I just said to the guy at K&D, "Is this good for spiders?" And he just looked at me and went, "Nah, it'll fucking kill them." I was going to show you one of the best birthday presents I've ever got, and then I'm going to depart the station. I'm sure I've gone way over time. Sorry, Gav, you can flash a light if I have. Some of you might remember my routines over the last couple of years have been me reading out a list of things that really piss me off, and it's sort of pretty much people that piss me off. I used to have this roll of brown paper and I'd go, "I've just written a short list, just let me get it off my chest." And it was people who do certain things. And the first one on that list was, it'd be like, things that I hate, people. And it used to get a big laugh, and it doesn't anymore, which is why I've ditched that routine. But one of my friends, or 2 of my friends, they upped the ante, they know me very well, and for my birthday this year, I got this apron. The fuck word apron. You have to start following me on YouTube because every week we're going to have fuck therapy, or they'll have to call it feck therapy on YouTube, or they'll take it down for saying fuck. And we're going to pick one of these randomly and discuss it. But for those of you at the back who can't see it, it's got all sorts of, well, actually the people at the back can see it because they were at my birthday and they saw me get this, the pricks. But it's got things like fuck vegans. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Are there any vegans here tonight?
Yes!
I wasn't anticipating that. But I'm going to congratulate you on making it here because I was expecting there to be no vegans and I was going to go, apparently they're still coming. They're just 3 kilometres away walking up the street going, more tofu. More tofu. Because, you know, they don't have enough energy to walk faster.
It's true, we started walking at 4 p.m.
See, there you go. Vegans with a sense of humour. That's rare, isn't it, guys? I mean, I love you, seriously, both of you. But I deal with vegans online and they're angry people. They're worse than CrossFitters, the new CrossFitters. You know that old joke, how do you know someone does CrossFit? Don't worry, they'll tell you. That applies to a lot of vegans now. Fuck Gen Y. I hadn't seen that one before. That's gone to the list of favourites. I did have another one that I'd spotted on here somewhere. Fuck family car parking. You know at supermarkets how there's those family parks now at the front? What the fuck's that all about? I parked in one of those one day. I used to have a little Mazda MX-5 and I parked in one of those one day and this woman was like, this is for people with babies. You don't have any babies in your car. And I was like, yeah, I do. And she's like, where? And I went, in the boot where it belongs. And I promptly walked into Sandy Bay Coles with my head held high. Fucking fucker. And I was just going to pick another random one. In fact, I wasn't. I pre-planned which ones I was going to do. That was 2 of them. There is a 3rd one. Let me just see if I wrote it down. I did. Fuck Facebook, which is actually on there. Fuck Facebook. The only good thing Facebook has done for me is I used to have a bit of a drinking problem. I loved drinking a lot. And I had to come up with some sort of strategy to cut down on drinking. So like with my birthday recently, it was my birthday, so I did have quite a few drinks. I figured I'd earn them. But I came up with a strategy last year that I was only going to drink on days that nobody on Facebook was having a birthday. Super. But no, fuck Facebook. Fuck people with, you know, Marty and Lisa Smith, the joint profiles. Yeah, the vegans hate that shit too. I'm starting to love vegans a lot. I'm going to change that to say, fuck vegansia. And just pretend it's some rare European country no one's ever heard of before. I like you. Yeah, the joint account thing, Mary and Barry Smith. Stop doing that, people. It makes it really hard for me to poke your husbands. I'm going to end quickly on the hecklers. Love the vegan hecklers. The Boswell one, not so much. But the best heckle I've ever had, I'd only been doing comedy for a few weeks. It's possible Kevin was even in the audience. Oh no, maybe not, because it was about 96, 97. And I'm out on stage, this heckler had been ripping everybody to shreds. I was terrified, I was new at the gig, and I walked out on stage and I could hear this dude before I saw him, and he was mumbling and swearing and burping, and gradually he started working his way up through the crowd, and he ended up standing right there in front of me, in front of the stage, and I'm just trying to do my jokes and ignore him, and he just stopped and went, "Are you a fucking lesbian?" And I said back to him, "If you're my only other option, I am." Yeah. You guys are lovely. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the night. Kevin is going to be amazing. Thanks, guys. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Tori, Hodgman! Yeah. People always stuff. Hey, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you earned yourselves a break while you are up at the bar, rushing the bar, drinking as much as you can, because why not? It's Wednesday. And while you're up there, we have our charity box. So we're currently raising money for Bethlehem House. This is the last